Look, I want to tell you guys about one of the presentations I've been doing involving, how I've incorporated Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, and Christmas, understanding Christmas value progression. How what I've incorporated into this for us too. You'll understand. Christmas.
There's no Santa, Mr. Sip. Wait. No laughing when I'm speaking about Santa Claus. That's first rule. Oh, come on, Mr. Sip. How old do you think we are? You know we don't believe in Santa Claus. We know there's no Santa Claus.
Yeah, there's no Santa Claus, and therefore he could not gift the species body.
Okay. First of all, there is a Santa Claus, and he can gift the species body. He just has not done it since any ancient time. He or the entity of it.
Hello, people of the species value nature system. So it is Christmas again. My name is Rico. I'm from Little Rap Guy and Friends. Humanity, even the dogs, were taken to criminally forward influenced memory of the ancients before criminally forward influenced sciences. And so human fact treatment nature. And so defenses of human premises treatment, sequence treatments, identity treatments. Since semi-ancient times, they have not been able to defend themselves and us at the same time. The stewards of such, even the dogs. The period is the point of real possession. Little Rap Guy and Friends have taught me this. The period is the point of real possession, and the comma is the shadow of possession. It is in relationship to the identity of relativity that is knitted pure, Maxims. And so, they have put theory with relativity offensively forward, and then continue to make theory from that, rather than having science first, and then have theory work with what we know is true always, not denying exceptions. Because exceptions and exception nature itself, as ourselves, as our greater value. This is also denied us, which is how to word it properly. Little Rap Guy and Friends have also taught me this. Now, please read along with me. Everybody. Scientific observation actually reveals how one identity of relativity has complete possession over all of the other identities of value progression, individually, grouped, and together. You see 2 points of real possession next to the individual plus, automatically temporary / lasting positive to an extent. You see grouped 2 positives, already temporary positive to an extent. 2 points of possession you see next to them, accompanied with the rest of the question mark. Note the point of the period is a point of real possession. And you see together species, our nature of volume. It is automatically temporary / lasting positive, but only to an extent. Even next to the species body of value, slash value progression are 2 points of real possession, 2 identities of real possession, with and as the value of that. And don't forget, the comma is the shadow of possession. But this is also in relationship to a science that we have to just, it's not, this is where one identity of value will, even when you can see discern what is negative value nature. This means to discern further the identity that will only stay positive unto itself. We can be the contribution to its complete memory. Positive or negative, but it's for per its system. We're going to learn. And Christmas is about this. But this is native pure. So Native Americans of the cartoon value nature system. Not a real Native American. We are this is about the identity of volume. We are humanity. Look, I want to tell you guys about one of the presentations I've been doing involving, how I've incorporated Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, and Christmas, understanding Christmas, value progression. How I've incorporated into this for us too. You'll understand. Christmas. Look, I want to tell you guys about one of the presentations I've been doing involving, how I've incorporated Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, and Christmas, understanding Christmas, value progression. How I've incorporated into this for us too. You'll understand. Consciousness is high, raises inherent C's, telling mothers alpha C. Yes. Hey, Sip, now who's the one wasting time? We're counter-extortion, counter-extorting us further. What are we going to do, Sep? Hey, tell me what the tell game is now. You told him about the tell game, Reeves. I did not, man. You must have told him, man. Oh, you guys have some secret game now. It's not a secret. It's just about the extortion, counter-extortion. We're on the campus. We have to. Sometimes people talking to us. They're either the investigators investigate. Everyone's pretending we have to pretend not to realize things to each other. So then sometimes there's so much of it. Sometimes we just play a game and we say okay, because we don't have time to go into things. So we just play that game. What should we introduce in? FYI, we're gonna call it. I think we're gonna call it the FYI game. Who told you about the tell game, little rap guy? You both said you were gonna tell me when we were listening to that Guitar Guy samples. What guitar guy? Sip, you just called me guitar guy. How did you say it, Sip? Wait, what guitar guy? Whoa,
Reeves, forget about it. Like, how about tell little rap guy? How about the stories we hear from the other people being extorted, and counter-extorted, and forced to... Reeves, our task is, listen to our task, is to cultivate the counter-extortion of New York City and of Hartford and of the neighboring suburbs and nations. We're in trouble, all of us together. Really. You know, we need.
Hey, Sip. Let's play the tell game again.
What's the tell game?
Hey, man. Sip. So how have you been teaching at a grammar school if we have been dropping you off at the other place?
Okay, listen to me, class. Christmas. This is about Christmas. Consciousness is high. Raises. / rises. Simultaneously. And this is as itself. As its identity of volume. As its identity of volume's identity of relationship to itself. And as the value of that. Further, by an as value complete, that is with two identities of sequence nature further. Value as simultaneous nature. Also with another invisible but still discernible identity of value progression with and as that. I mean, in other words.
Wait, so what you're saying, Mr. Sip, is consciousness longs to be high?
No, that is not what I'm saying.
You just told us that, Mr. Sip.
Yeah, and before you said it long, boxing is strong.
Yeah, but not the way he's saying it. I'm saying we need to use these words. They conform these words to mean and to be other things that with everyone using them with physical delusions, like about drugs making someone high. People's lives go down from there. This is an identity of the grounds, identity of relationship to itself, where this identity of volume only increases, and its relevancy to us. Not just its relativity to us, its relevancy to us, which is its increasing, unceasingly increasing value. Relationship to our value. Each identity of value progression, individually grouped and together, have this one shared identity of value progression. We are simultaneously supposed to agree about the name of and not. There's value in that too.
So what you're saying, Mr. Sip, is that before the birth of St. Nicholas, humanity had already been conformed to the uses of words like value and like high, other than how our nature actually needs these words to use them.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Susan. Before the birth of St. Nicholas, already everyone's words were being used by a breaching method, an organized crime method worse than that, but as that, a simple organized crime method that no one understood the motivations of and roles with everything else that was happening bad, the real causes of negative value nature progressions, acts in nature.
Sip, how could you have been teaching at a public school? We've been dropping you off every day at the campus Marcius. No, wait, man. Listen to how I produce this one.
Nobody just pray.
That's one of the things I was going to say next in the tell game. But I have to be honest with you, because I have to tell it anyway.
Will you tell me what the tell game is? You know, extortion, the counter extortion. Attached, we have to keep repeating that all those different ways. Most days we're supposed to go on the campus Marcius, but we've been, extorted. The extortionist makes us do things, and when we're interacting around each other, we can't. We have to pretend things when questions are asked. So and that forces us sometimes.
Okay, so Reeves, little rap guy, you know that me and Reeves, we're like you. We're extorted, counter extorted, forced to cultivate everyone else counter extortion than us. You know, me and Reeves distinctly from your own. And with this, you know about we told you about the play, the plays, play slash s plural, and the movies, and that's where the extortionists have us. You know, where they know we're in communications, they're forcing it. So, and there's so much all of us can't say because we don't have time to. But we need to say, we need to know to do damage control or whatever we can do now.
Oh man, Sip. And if you haven't been teaching it, if you haven't been at the college, at the campus, who's setting up the World Wide Web? Sip, who's running the campus?
Who's